Good morning and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to the Daily Grind. I'm your host, Chump Change. This is live and recorded. For anybody that might be new here, what we typically do is go over crypto news in the space. I update myself, bring you guys along for the ride. Let's see who's here in the chat, and then we'll get into this. Mr. Black Hat Team, good to see you, buddy. Chris Hanley, Rob Mines, good to see you. Backwards Miner, my man. We have Tim I Am Crypto. Let's see, all set. What's up, buddy? Good to see you. Zapirate, Dakota Miner, good morning, good morning. Let's see who else is here. Let me scroll down a bit. Gene, good to see you. Dom, G, Nick, K. Let's see. Andrew Masada might have already said that. Athano, I don't know how to say that. Athan. I'm just going to say Athan. Sorry, I'm going to butcher your name and I apologize. Steven Cicero, good to see you, buddy. Appreciate you. All right, guys, let's get into this and see what the market is looking like. Holy hell. This is a lot of green. You guys excited for this? Look at this. Max woke up early because LTC's pumping. Went up $5. Hell yeah. Hell yeah, Max. This thing's gonna take Kaspa out in no time. BTC 56,972. Look at that. 57,000 almost. Crazy. Most of the news came out yesterday and this thing risen like $3,000 since then. It's crazy. We have Ethereum 3268. Ethereum's going to be doing insane things before this ETF. That's just my my feelings there. We have Solana at 110 bucks, XRP 55 cents, STX at $3.20. That's up 27%. Damn. Dogecoin is 9.5 cents, almost 10 cents. That's awesome. Let's see. Kaspa is at 16.9, almost 17 cents. ETC is at $28. That's awesome, man. Things are killing it today, killing it all around the space. Check out crypto bubbles on the day. Biggest earner looks to be PP. I'm just kidding. Pepe token 52% up on the day. Is anybody still into this? I think I still have like a bag of it somewhere. I gotta go look and see what it's at, but 52% up on the day. That's crazy. We have Theta also. Theta Network up 42.9% on the day. We have Pyth up 30.5% on the day. Man, this is crazy. Whole market's looking awesome right now. Portal, I don't know what this is. $6.30. It is up 22.4%. We have STX, which is Stacks, up 26.6%. Where's our good old Sia coin? I just want to know because I have a feeling it's in the red. Every time everything is green, it is always in the red. Let's check out the week. What is the biggest on the week as of now? Looks like it is the Pepe token, 83.8%. And right behind it is Theta. So these two, the last day, have taken over the week on crypto bubbles. Nice. All right, Fear and Greed Index, flashbang. We got 79 on the Fear and Greed Index, which is extreme greed. Now this thing, it's starting to get to that point where pay attention because we could have some sort of pullback, right? But we've seen this thing get into the 90s and stuff. So usually before the halving, there's a whole bunch of hype, right? We're gonna get pushed up in the market, and then typically buy the rumor, sell the news happens, right? So I guess we'll have to see and just go from there. Just be mindful, keep an eye on it. Again, this is an overall consensus of the entire market, YouTube, news, everything. So keep that in mind. All right. Top 10 coins by coin market cap over on CoinGecko. We have Bitcoin, Ethereum, Tether, BNB, Solana, Lido Staked Ether, XRP, USDC, Cardano, and Avalanche. Looks like Dogecoin took 11th place back, and it's going to be fighting to get back into top 10. I wonder if it can. I wonder if it'll flip Avalanche again. What do you guys think? Let me know in the chat. All right, let's see. Scroll down a bit. Litecoin is in 22nd place at $75 again. Bitcoin Cash in 20th at $303. Look at that. Dan R in the chat, if you would have DCA on BTC the other day of $1,000, you'd be up 10% already. I know, Dan R, I know. And you know what? I should have. I absolutely should have. But I don't know. We'll figure it out. I got to see what I want to do. I just didn't have time to transfer the money, to be honest. And I should have. I was contemplating it on Saturday. But yeah, stupid. And you know what's crazy? It's when Monday happens, right? Monday rolls around, the ETFs start being able to trade again, and I think that is a real big it's a big catalyst for this, the crypto market as a whole now, right? Because money just starts flooding back in, kind of like stock market. Comes out on Friday, goes back in on Monday. It's I don't know. It's going to be an interesting year, to say the least. We have ETC over here in 29th place. Again, $28. Kaspa, 32nd place. It is out of the top 30 now, in the top 40 at 17 cents, just about 16.9. 16.96. Not too bad. How's Lithium doing? Lithium's been killing it too. Let's see. Lithium today over here, 4.64% up. It's at $3.78. Look at that. Look at that. At an all-time high, new all-time high 4 hours ago. $3.86. Holy shit. Hell yeah. Congrats to anybody holding a Lithium. Congrats. I took some profits at $2.60 something cents, and I still have some. So that's awesome. Hell yeah. Proud of all of you guys for mining this. I'm still mining it too and converting to Neoxa. Neoxa, my bags are up actually a little bit today too. Let me see. Neoxa, 12.17%. Look at that. Hell yeah. It's almost at 0.004. So it's almost at half a penny now. And it was, I started making the videos about Neoxa and getting back into it, or DCAing into it more or less with all my machines to get my node, my master node. It was at 0.002. So it's almost 50% higher than where it was, which is amazing, right? Let's see. All right, we got to, what else should we look at before we push further? Well, how's Chlor doing? Chlor AI, not too bad. Still 22 cents, or in the 20s, right? Under its all-time high, but it's up 0.6% today. Zephyr price. Zephyr, this is not a coin that I am into, but we can look. Whoa, if I can spell it. Let's see. 6.6 today. Looks like $23. Holy shit, it's up $23. That's crazy. What's the all-time high? Its all-time high was $52. What? Oh my, gross. I didn't know it was that high. That's crazy. I'm just kidding. It's not gross. It's amazing. Good for you guys. No shit, you guys were mining the hell out of it. Everyone was mad at me about selling my CPU rigs, but hey, Cass was paying off, so I don't care. All right, BTC 57,000. Is it? Just about. It's right there. It's right there. All right, moving on to ASIC machines. You guys know I like to timestamp this, see where we were a year from now with these ant miners and ice rivers and all that. Looks like we have the Bitmain Antminer KS5 20 terahash unit making the charts over here at $222.52 per day. That is insane. But the price of this unit is also insane. Disgusting, actually. That's a lot of money. And if I can advise anybody, don't spend that kind of money. Just buy the Kaspa. That's just me. Not financial advice. That's what I would do. I would not spend $30,000 on a machine that could potentially turn into a brick if there's any issues. Because you're not ever thinking about that, right? You guys are purchasing these units like shit. I can make $222 a day. That's a 5-month payback time. And then you got to pay duties on it, by the way. So it's going to be more than that. But regardless, in that 5 months, if this machine breaks down, guess what? You're effed. Just saying. Just make sure you guys are aware and you guys know that could happen to you. All right, we have the IB Link BMKS Max 11 terahash unit making $112 per day. We have the Windminer K9. Again, I've still never seen either of these on any videos at all. If you guys have, let me know. $110 a day for the K9. We have the, let's see, the Ice River KS3. If you guys are interested, actually, I think Ice River, did they dropped a new unit yesterday, didn't they? It wasn't new, but let's see. They dropped a new KS0. Ah, this one. Yes. Look, it's right there on the front page. Perfect. Didn't even have to look for it. $349. Look at this. This is actually kind of cool. That's kind of cool. But the KS0 Pro edition. What the hell? Oh, I gotta go the other way. Oops. That's cool looking though, ain't it? God damn it. All right, never mind. I'm done fighting that thing. If you guys, I have a link in the description below, and there's a coupon code CHUMP if you guys are interested. Get something off. I don't think it's as much as I used to give off, but whatever. The 8 terahash KS3 is making $84 a day. We have the KS3M 6 terahash unit making $60.76. Again, anytime you guys purchase any of these units, make sure you know tariffs are not included for the most part, but if you go to terahashes.io, they do have all the tariffs included. So feel free to reach out to Mr. Hawk Crypto Mining. Ice River KS2, we have 2 terahash unit making $20 a day. Wow, that's actually awesome. Hell yeah. Making 20 bucks a day still. The Ice River KS1 making $10 a day. That's awesome. I wonder if Mining King regrets selling his KS1 for 4090s. Do you guys think so? Let me know. What do you think? Do you think he's going to be upset about selling that thing? Let's continue down. Let's look at the Antminer L7 9050. Is anybody still mining Litecoin besides me? Does anybody have an L7 or any type of Litecoin miner? Again, this merge mines Litecoin and Doge. Most of the profits are in Dogecoin. It's $5.83 per day as of right now. Again, this is all at 10 cents per kilowatt hour. I have my stuff hosted with Terra Hosting, which is awesome. My S19K Pro is also down there, printing some Bitcoin, $4.36 per day, which is nice. It's nice to see it over $3, obviously because the price of Bitcoin is pumping, but again, 10 cents per kilowatt hour will get you that 436 per day. Pretty nice. And I think that unit I'm just gonna flip in the bull market. Just sell it for double and call it a day. We have the Ice River Kaspa KS0 Pro. That's the green one you guys just saw over there. It is I guess on sale for 350 or whatever, so this price needs to change. But 200 gigahash unit making $2 a day. You guys know I got 8 of them right here next to me, keeping my office warm, and it's they're working pretty nice actually. $2 a day, can't complain. They're like 90 watts a piece. I have the Ice River KS0 original. You know what, I still haven't even unboxed this thing. I need to plug this thing in. Stupid. I'm gonna open that today. 100 gigahash unit, 65 watts. My buddy soldered a 6-pin on it. Mr. Crypto 440, my man. It's making about $1 a day, so not too bad. Could be worse. All right, let's check out GPUs real quick. I want to see if yep. All right, so Kaspa's back on the top of the list. That SDR coin doesn't look like it held up over here on the top of the charts. You guys know the profits were like double what you were getting in Kaspa, so I'm happy to see Kaspa taking over there. All right, let's check out GPUs now. 4090, we have lithium top of the charts. Looks like all over the place. NIR right here is on the top of the charts. We have Game Pass. Wait, is this Game Pass? GPN? That's Game Pass, right? Pretty sure. I know the logo. I didn't know the ticker was GPN. Nice. All right, so NIR, we have GPN, Game Pass, Ironfish on the top of the charts for the 6900 XT. Nice. Ergo and Lithium on the CMP 90HX. Not too bad. Not too bad. All right, so you got like 5 coins to choose from today. Not too bad, but Lithium seems to be the top of the charts, to be honest. Game Pass Network, is that what the N stands for? Nice. Let's see. If we had $1 for every day you said you were gonna unbox it, I know. For real. Dude, my office, just like life has been like, there's not enough time in the day. Not enough time. I've been trying to freaking plaster the walls back there. I got so much shit to do. It's crazy. And I've been trying to do the brakes on my freaking van, and I'm missing I need a T50 to remove the hub out of that van. Stupid. So anyways, trying to sell it for Bitcoin. If anybody's interested in the van, let me know. All right, let's move on to the news segment of things. Here we go. Bitcoin surges past $54,000 and Ethereum pops off as well. Check out Yahoo Finance, see what they got to say over here. Let's do it.
Broader market seeing muted action in today's trade, but the big move is in crypto. Let's get it over to Jared Blickery from
Mr. Crypto Frank, my man. Thank you so much for the gifted memberships. God damn it. Thank you. I'm not gonna read all those names, but congratulations to everybody that got one. Damn, Mr. Crypto Frank, you're awesome. Thank you so much, buddy. Appreciate it.
Jared.
That's right, Josh. We got some milestones in the rear view mirror. Seems like only hours ago I was talking about Bitcoin 52,000. Now it's Bitcoin 54,500, and Ethereum really stealing the show today. It's only up 2% over the last 24 hours, but it has finally cleared 3,000, and that was kind of flirting with that number last week. Now it has decisively moved above it, and now what's in sight here? We got the record highs basically for Bitcoin and Ethereum. For Bitcoin, we're looking probably...
It's all right. You guys would rather look at this lady instead of his face, right? It's like right over his head.
60,000, that's going to be one of the biggest resistance levels. And in Ethereum, probably in the low 4,000s here. There remains quite a bit of price memory, but we've seen Bitcoin and Ethereum slice through these previous highs before in prior cycles. And what do I mean by cycle? Well, we're coming up against another halvening in Bitcoin. That has always been a bullish catalyst. Just kind of brings to the forefront the time when I guess the imagination that there is a limited supply, total finite supply of Bitcoin, and the miners, they drop out in these halvenings. So that's going to come in a couple months. But with respect to Ethereum,
halvening. like my wife would say.
Ethereum, let me just stick on that for a second because there is a key upgrade coming March 12th, March 13th called Dencun, D-E-N-C-U-N, and this is going to upgrade the speed of the network, basically going to make it more compatible with some of the
I want this tablet, but how do you guys feel about that Dencun upgrade that they're talking about? That's supposed to like save the fees on the network, or it's supposed to be cheaper.
Starts like Solana. And let me just show you a Solana chart. That has really exploded to the upside today. Here's a 5-year look, but over the last 3 months, largely trading sideways, but we do have a range expansion today. Doesn't mean a whole lot until we clear 125, but given the length of the consolidation here, I would expect that punch above to have some momentum with it. And then just thinking overall about Bitcoin, the behemoth here, I mentioned 60,000 as a price target level. Actually, the highs that are about just shy of 70,000, but I would say 60,000 is probably the last stand here. And we are rapidly approaching that point. You got to imagine, what are the potential negative catalysts? I don't see a lot. There could be another sell the news event with something, but we got Binance kind of behind us. We're still waiting for the sentencing for CZ, but a lot of those crypto obstacles that were mired cryptocurrency in that crypto winter, most of those have disappeared. And so it seems like bright skies ahead for the crypto land.
Put your shades on. Thanks so much, Jared. Appreciate it.
All right, shout out to Yahoo Finance for that, and Mr. Crypto Frank for being a freaking G. Appreciate you for keeping the stream alive. Thank you very much. Let's check out real quick 56 while this thing's still going on. 56,8814 Bitcoin as of right now. DJ Mines in the chat said, please tell me you bought Bitcoin. I didn't have time to transfer the friggin' money. Coinbase takes a few days to get it into the account. Oh, it's annoying. It's annoying. And I was like, you know what? I'm done. I'm done asking questions. I'm just going to listen to myself from now on, because I said it on Friday. I should buy more Bitcoin. I said it on Friday. I was like, I'm just going to buy a friggin' Bitcoin, put all money into it, call it a day. And I waited till Saturday to talk to everybody about it. And then guess what? I'll just go myself, you know. That's how it goes. All right, let's move on real quick. Bitcoin could hit $88,000 by the end of 2024. Bitwise analysis. Let's see what analysts. Let's see what they got to say over here on Yahoo Finance. Appreciate you guys. That like button.
Its highest level in more than 2 years after breaking above 54,000 in today's trade, but it's not the top cryptocurrency of 2024 year to date. That title goes to Ethereum. Ether has managed to outperform its larger crypto rival. With more, we're joined by Ryan Rasmussen, a Bitwise senior crypto research analyst. Hey, thanks for being here. So I guess let's start with Ethereum here. Bitcoin caught a bid when spot Bitcoin ETFs were approved. Is anticipation of the spot Ether ETFs being approved, is that what's going on here?
I certainly think that's a bit of what's going on here. I mean, we saw Bitcoin ETFs become a buy the rumor and buy the event situation. And so I'm not surprised that we're seeing Ethereum catch a similar bid here heading into the potential approval of spot Ethereum ETFs in May. So yeah, that's definitely driving some interest from institutional investors. We're seeing a lot of interest in the options and futures market for Ether ahead of that potential approval date. So I certainly think that's contributing to the outperformance from Ethereum relative to Bitcoin this year and recently.
I'm interested, Ryan, because, you know, let's be honest. I mean, Gensler didn't want a spot Bitcoin ETF. You know, he was dragged into it. Unless you disagree. So I'm interested, you know, to get a spot Ethereum ETF, do you think you'd actually need to see another lawsuit?
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I think it's a great point. We didn't see spot Bitcoin ETFs get approved on the first go around. Certainly, there were many attempts at bringing spot Bitcoin ETFs to market before we ultimately got an approval. And that was on the back of a grayscale lawsuit that ultimately benefited ETF issuers and drove to that approval. I don't know the same will need to happen for Ethereum ETFs. I certainly don't know if the market is necessarily in a point the SEC would like to see in order to approve the spot ETFs this May. I would think it's about a 50% chance that we'll see approval or we'll see rejection and kick it out to another kind of round of applications in the future. I don't know if a lawsuit is necessary. We're definitely not at the point where any of the issuers could file a lawsuit today. And so perhaps on the tail of a rejection, we could see that happening. We did see Ethereum futures ETFs get approved last year, and that certainly was the case for Bitcoin, where those preceded the spot Bitcoin ETF issuance. So, you know, it's up in the air, but I think that we have about a 50-50 chance of approval or denial coming up in May.
I agree with him. It's about a 50-50 right now. But honestly, I think the Ethereum ETF is going to get held back a little bit. Real quick, Dan R in the chat said $160 million worth of BTC shorts liquidated in the past 24 hours. That's terrible.
And what is, obviously Ethereum is not the only thing rallying. So we've got also sort of a broader rally in crypto. Bitcoin we mentioned as well, above 54,000. There's a lot of talk about the halving maybe playing a role here. And it's always a little bit tricky to figure out exactly what's going on, but what's your best guess?
Yeah. Real quick, Cheeky Darky said, I become a millionaire today. I don't care. Congratulations. Hadouken to you if you did. That's really amazing. Awesome.
It's certainly tricky. There's a lot of forces at work
so
here
loud.
in the crypto market. So I think for the case of Bitcoin, we're seeing two things at play. There's a lot of excitement around the halving. We're certainly seeing futures traders kind of take those positions going into April around where they think the price is going to move, and following the halving, we think they're positioned bullishly, and that's what the data would show us. For Ethereum, it's speculation on Ethereum spot ETFs. There's a lot of excitement around a new upgrade coming to the Ethereum protocol, the Ethereum network in March. It's called Dencun. It's kind of a funky name, but that should lower the cost to transact on Ethereum and Ethereum L2s. So that's a really exciting development that should bring new use cases and new adoption and activity onto the Ethereum market. Then you have platforms like Solana, which have really outperformed other crypto assets back in 2023 and have had a strong 2024. We're seeing a resurgence in NFT trading volume and NFT prices. So I think ultimately what we're seeing is crypto is kind of rising from the ashes of the 2022 market. In 2023 was the start to that rally, but we think that we're in a multi-year bull cycle, and all elements of the crypto space will certainly have their moment. Bitcoin in the spotlight right now, Ethereum making its way up there, and I think other L1s and other L2s and other DeFi assets and NFTs will have their moment in the sun as well.
And Ryan, I'm interested just longer term, how you think these new vehicles, these new products, these new spot Bitcoin ETFs, what are they going to mean for the underlying asset, Ryan? How are they going to impact pricing for Bitcoin in the months, years ahead, do you think?
Oh, yeah. I mean, we love these ETFs. Of course, us at Bitwise, we did launch a spot Bitcoin ETF in January alongside the other ETF issuers. And we've been tremendously happy with the success of those products. We've seen over $1 billion in assets flow into our spot Bitcoin ETF across the board. There's been more than 15 billion of assets flowing into spot Bitcoin ETFs. And what does that mean for price in the market? That's all buying pressure on the underlying spot asset. And when we have that kind of demand shock coming into the market, I think it's no surprise we've seen the price of Bitcoin rise following the launch of those ETFs. And I think it would be the same for Ethereum or other assets if there were ETFs to come to market. You have the demand coming from those sideline investors, of course, those institutional investors, financial advisors, RIAs, hedge fund managers who really wait for that regulatory stamp of approval and that institutional vehicle to be brought to market before they seriously consider allocating to the space. And with all that sideline capital, I think we're still in the early innings of crypto reaching its kind of point in the adoption curve where we have everyday investors, institutional investors, and retail investors all allocating to these products. And ETFs are just one of those really great vehicles that help bring those investors to market and help create a highway for them to allocate to not just Bitcoin, but Ethereum, Solana, and other assets as they eventually make their way into the ETF format.
Ryan, are you somebody who sets targets? Do you have some price projections for year end?
Yeah, price targets are always fun. I'll go ahead and throw one out there. We did release a prediction in December, actually, before we got into the new year, where we thought Bitcoin would hit in 2024, and we still stand by that prediction. We think that Bitcoin will certainly set all-time highs in 2024. That previous price is right around 69,000, but we don't think it's going to stop there. We think that we'll at least see a 10 to 15% bump over the last all-time high in 2024. That would take us to the mid 80K range. So I think our target was 88,000 by the end of 2024, and I'm still sticking by that, seeing all the excitement in the market today.
All right, we'll close.
Shout out to Yahoo Finance for that. I'm excited for what's coming this year. All right, let's go on to CNBC Crypto World. You guys know they do this around noontime on the day before, like Monday afternoon, right? So I think Bitcoin only hit like 33,000 when they were posting this, but MicroStrategy buys another 3,000 Bitcoin, total holdings now worth over $10.3 billion. If they bought 3,000, does that mean they have 195,000, if I'm not mistaken, Bitcoin? That's freaking crazy. That's so much Bitcoin, guys. That like button. Appreciate you for hanging out. Let's do it.
Today, Bitcoin's back above $53,000. MicroStrategy buys another 3,000 Bitcoin, bringing the company's total holdings to more than $10 billion. And Anthony Georgiades, the co-founder of Pastel, breaks down VC trends in crypto.
Andrew Masad, yeah, Lark Davis is pretty good. We're gonna watch him
Welcome
in a
to
bit.
CNBC's Crypto World. I'm Jordan Smith. Crypto prices in the green to kick off the week, with Bitcoin bouncing back above 53,000.
Yeah, they say 53,000. It's crazy. You know what? We don't see Bitcoin move like $7,000 normally on a Monday, which is kind of crazy. So again, I mean, they recorded at like noontime, right?
Dollars. As of noon Eastern, Bitcoin climbed nearly 4% to $53,400.
Everything is
Ether
much
held
higher.
above $3,000, rising 3.75%, and Cardano soared more than 5%. All right, let's talk about the top stories. MicroStrategy purchased another 3,000 Bitcoin tokens for $155 million. The company's executive chairman, Michael Saylor.
Also, they have 193,000 now. Jeez, you imagine. We're all over here fighting to get like one.
Made the announcement on X today, writing that the Bitcoin was purchased
crazy.
at an average price of around $51,800. He
Jesus.
also said that as of yesterday, MicroStrategy, which is the largest corporate owner of Bitcoin, holds 193,000 coins, which was acquired for about $6 billion at an average price of around $31,500 per Bitcoin. Those
nuts.
holdings are now worth more than $10.3 billion. As of noon Eastern, MicroStrategy shares traded higher by nearly 14%. Meantime, blockchain security company PeckShield is warning that MicroStrategy's X account had been compromised. In an apparent phishing exploit, the attacker put a now-deleted post on the company's X page that promoted a new coin. Those who clicked on it were directed to another website. Crypto sleuth Zach XBT said on X that the hacker was able to steal about $440,000 from the compromise.
RIP to everybody that clicked on that. And you know what? I saw somebody else's video there in the chat. I'm not going to throw them out there, but man, guys, put your shit on a real wallet and stop linking shit. Stop linking stuff, please. Don't click on links. Unless you know somebody that's done it. All right? So let somebody else be the guinea pig. Damn it.
We reached out to MicroStrategy but didn't hear back right away.
Oh, it sucks.
Next,
so
crypto
bad.
exchange
Terrible.
Bitforex seems to have gone offline. The Hong Kong-based crypto exchange's website appears to be inactive, and when trying to access the site, a notice comes up saying, "Sorry, you have been blocked." This comes after about $57 million was reportedly withdrawn from Bitforex's hot wallets on Friday. Zach XBT posted on X this morning that the withdrawals have stopped processing, and the Bitforex team has been unresponsive to user requests on X and Telegram. The official Bitforex account did not post anything about the situation. In January, the former Bitforex CEO said he was stepping down from his role after 6 years at the crypto company, and CoinDesk reports that Bitforex was one of 4 crypto exchanges flagged by Japanese regulators last year for operating without proper registration. Last, the U.S. Department of Energy agreed to temporarily halt its emergency survey of energy use by crypto miners after a lawsuit by Bitcoin miner Riot Platforms and an industry group. According to this court order from Friday, the U.S. Energy Information Administration, or EIA, which is the DOE's statistical arm, will suspend its mandatory survey for 1 month and sequester data it has already gathered from Bitcoin miners after starting the process earlier this month. The day before, Riot and the Texas Blockchain Council sued the Biden administration, seeking to block the survey and arguing the agency failed to allow proper public comment and that the survey could harm businesses by forcing them to disclose confidential and sensitive information. The EIA argues that the information is needed to assess concerns that the increased use of electricity by crypto miners, prompted by high Bitcoin prices, could pose an imminent threat to energy grid reliability.
Real quick, Cheeky said he lost 32 ETH with MetaMask. Bro, that's awful. Guys, like, for real. I know. I don't care if you guys get mad. I'm not trying to shill it. I use this every day. This is the easiest crypto wallet. It's $50, okay? You get 10% off with my code. It doesn't matter if you use my code. I don't care whose code you use. $50 to keep your shit safe, okay? Tangem is literally the cheapest, easiest wallet. That is like a hardware wallet, okay? It connects to your phone. You scan it. You got to put in a PIN code. Like, please keep yourself safe. Stop linking shit. Just get it off of the online freaking wallets and on your phone and all this other shit. I have a video on how to add coins to this so that it's not added to it already. If it's not on like it's like a main chain, like if you add it to they say it's on the Ethereum chain, you can add to this wallet. If it's on the Solana chain, you can add it to this wallet. Like, super easy if it's not on there. Guys, just freaking please
All right, let's talk more about crypto markets for our main story. I spoke with Anthony Georgiades, the co-founder of the Pastel Network, to get his reaction to crypto's latest rally. And I also asked him about the latest VC trends after funding for crypto projects increased for the first time in 2 years.
I just want you guys to be safe.
Let's start with the rally in crypto today. Bitcoin jumping to $53,000, Ether up to 3,100. What should investors know about these recent movements in crypto, and how much of this momentum that we've seen so far do you think is still out there for these repeated gains that we've had this year?
Definitely. Well, when it comes to the price of Bitcoin and the broader digital asset market right now, there's
should say breaks above 56,000.
A handful
it's almost
of
at 57
variables at play. So first and foremost, the crypto market in general has been keeping a very close eye on.
This guy kind of does look like Post Malone with no tattoos. That's
obviously
funny.
The broader monetary policy, the Fed's view, etc. We've seen a tremendous amount of surge in overall stocks. Obviously, Nvidia's earnings, for example, broader surges across a variety of semiconductors are continuing to show broader strength in overall markets. And
it's
we're
pre-Malone.
also looking at key data points from an overall economic perspective, like inflation and whatnot. And when you put this all together, there is a lot of cementing of the Fed's view that there will likely be a rate decrease in June and July, but potentially even in March or May. So there's been a significant amount of risk-on activity across broader markets, digital assets in particular. And then you take that in tandem with certain other events, such as the Bitcoin halving, as well as a variety of Bitcoin ETFs, and then potentially as well some of the election bets that are taking place later this year and the bipartisan support that may be driving narratives towards overall regulatory clarity for digital assets.
Yeah, I was going to ask you how much you thought that the crypto market was really driven by this correlation with tech stocks that we've seen in previous years, or if it's moving away from that. But in your view, we are still correlated with tech stocks in some way, but also macro pressures are really driving the crypto market. I want to talk about the comparison between Ether and Bitcoin right now. Ether's outperforming Bitcoin by about 13% this morning so far this year. We've talked on the show about how much of that is to do with hope for spot Ether ETFs coming.
Throw your price predictions for Ethereum in the chat. I personally think it's going to go close to 5 figures, if not hit 5 figures. But let me know what you guys think.
Sometime this year. But is that all that's really driving this outperformance right now? Is there anything else you're seeing that could explain the outperformance for Ether compared to Bitcoin?
Well, you touched on a couple of things, right? You mentioned the kind of correlation with tech assets. And we are of a very strong opinion that over time, that correlation is going to continue to break. Now, Bitcoin and Ether are two very...
Patrick Murphy, that's what brokies say. Just saying. There's a lot of 15K, 10K, 7K, 20K, 8K, 7 to 10. Yeah, Scott A. You know what? I think I'm with Scott A. between the 7 and 10 range. That would be my guesstimate.
Very, very different types of assets. You have one that participates more as a safe haven digital gold-like asset in Bitcoin. And then you have another, which represents more of the world of Web3, digital native-based economies, technology businesses, etc. They have very different underlying economic models, supply-demand equilibriums, obviously different fundamental protocol components that really drive both network activity as well as deflation mechanisms. So to your point, as we've seen more of this risk on narrative, I do think that that is more beneficial for some of those native Web3 currencies like Ethereum, those digital assets that are more predicated on both technology-based innovations and businesses, whereas we've potentially seen a little bit more of that break in correlation where Bitcoin, which while it does have those same characteristics and attributes, it also has some of those other attributes that are more in line or akin to assets like gold, oil, etc.
I want to also expand that conversation a little bit. You're also the co-founder and general partner at Innovating Capital. And in context of talking about the potential for Bitcoin or the comparisons between Bitcoin as a network versus Ether as a network, PitchBook also said in its report that Bitcoin layer 2s and scaling solutions for Bitcoin's network are going to be a big focus for this year. Do you agree with that? And do you also think that takes away from some of the argument that they're very different assets if we're working to more closely align Bitcoin's network with some of that Web3 potential or some of those other applications that Ether may have.
Yeah, that's why I was careful to kind of say that, they weren't completely disparate assets in that respect. I think that what's happened with Bitcoin over the last couple of years, if you look at stacks or ordinals or things like that, have completely changed part of the narrative of Bitcoin. As a long-term Bitcoin holder and really believer in the broader Bitcoin network itself, it already has those characteristics of true decentralized money, of true decentralized assets, right? It's the only asset in the world that is sufficiently decentralized with completely controlled supply and deflationary mechanisms in place. Now you add on what we kind of view as a call option on Bitcoin to potentially be looked at as both a replacement for certain sovereign currencies, but as well as some of those Web3 narrative drivers. I mean, over the last couple of months, Bitcoin has had the largest amount of NFT volume and trading activity versus comps like Ethereum and Solana. I would have never have thought that a couple of years ago. The innovation that we've seen is amazing. And I'm super excited to see, obviously, a lot of that start to play out across both some of those scaling solutions and really tangible business applications. I think we'll continue to see that narrative drive. And to your point, Bitcoin's overall characteristics and potential applications continues to grow.
Let's end this conversation by talking about VC funding. We saw it tick higher for the first time for crypto in 2 years. Do you expect that momentum, that trend to continue this year? And which types of projects are most attractive right now in the crypto space for finding funding?
Definitely. The VC industry is extremely fascinating and interesting because there is typically a lot of what I would call self-fulfilling prophecy in certain aspects of it, as well.
Real quick, Dan R, it needs to be all capitals, CCXD.
As key market validating points.
For Tangem.
So we saw obviously a massive chase into the AI boom. We saw a cool off in Web3 when the Web3 market was extremely down. Obviously, as we come off the backing of some of the collapses like 3 Arrows and FTX, we're seeing a lot more stability in the broader market. VCs are getting more comfortable re-entering the overall Web3 space. And I think to your point, the narrative has really shifted where there's a lot more potential opportunities for innovation, whether that's really the sort of emergence of AI applications. Pastel, for example, is working on tools that offer decentralized LLMs across the broader Web3 environment. Then you also have areas for scaling solutions, such as those on Bitcoin that we touched on. So I think that there's a few key areas of both innovation that have become more opportunistic, such as obviously the world of AI, L2 scaling solutions, and even some of those application-specific L1s. And then you obviously have the fact that the Web3 market has seemed to found a much more stable foothold, and the future outlook over the near term seems to be much more positive, which has really led to this resurgence in VC funding.
All right, that's all for Crypto World today. We'll be back again tomorrow.
Shout out to Crypto World for that. All right. Yeah, Pre Malone definitely needed a Red Bull. All right, let's get into the videos of the day. I'm gonna put a poll in the chat. I already tried to and it didn't work for some reason, so I'm gonna redo it. But this is Lark Davis. You guys don't know who he is. Very good YouTuber, has a whole team behind him that actually puts these videos together, and he just kind of comes out and speaks of them. But he is for sure a whole coiner. He's a millionaire, so listen to these people. It's probably best to surround yourself with people that actually know what they're talking about when it comes to cryptocurrency and actually own cryptocurrency themselves. Owning 0.1 Bitcoin is actually a big deal. I want you guys to hear this. I think it's important for you guys to understand that you don't need to have a whole coin to be, in a very good position in your life, right? Because I don't want people to think like, oh, I need $50,000 to to matter in this space, because that's not true at all. So I think this video is important for you guys to hear. I haven't listened to the whole thing, so let's get into it. We'll hear it together.
It can be pretty easy to lose touch with reality sometimes, but here's the thing. If you own 0.1 Bitcoin, you're doing pretty damn good. It's actually a really, really big deal. You're massively ahead of the game. You're massively ahead of the vast majority of investors in the world where they can even ever be. In theory, you're ahead of those people. You're ahead of almost everybody. And it may not feel like it sometimes. I know how it goes. You go to social media and you see the whales, you see the influencers. People are flexing, hey, I just bought the new Rolex. People are flexing, hey, I just bought a new Lamborghini. People are flexing, hey, I just
that thing was dope. Hold on. What kind of Lambo is that? That thing's nasty.
Flexing, hey, I just bought a new Lamborghini.
That thing looks sick. I want that. Nah, I wouldn't spend the money on it, to be honest.
People are flexing, hey, I just bought a new house. People are flexing, hey, look at my trophy wife, or whatever other crap is going on. Here's my stack of money. I've got a bag full of money and you don't. I know how it can feel, but that world of social media is a fantasy land, because for all the wins and the flexing and the clout chasing, people are very hesitant to talk about the time they got their asses handed to them or the $1 million they lost the week before. It's the gambler's fallacy. They always want to tell you about the wins, but not about the losses. It's human nature, okay? Don't hate on it, but just understand that you don't need to pay attention to it either. Because if you have 0.1 BTC, I got to tell you, the perspective on this is insane. You are winning the fucking game here, okay?
Oh.
Do you understand that?
God damn
in
it.
America, for example, here's some
swearing on my channel.
Like 80% of people cannot afford $1,000 emergency. Think about that.
That's messed up, actually. That really is messed up. 84% of people can't afford $1,000 emergency. That's sad. That sucks. That really sucks. Because, like, it's just, man, I don't know. It's tough to think about.
One Bitcoin's what, $5,000 worth of Bitcoin right now. And look, maybe you're Bitcoin only, and the only thing you have is 0.1 BTC, and that's like your life vest for the insanity of the world right now. You've exited fiat. You're super into just financial freedom and all that kind of stuff for good reasons. And Bitcoin gives you all those things. It's the best money in the world. And if you got $5,000 in Bitcoin, congratulations. Honestly, congratulations. It's not that hard to stack. A lot of people could have done this. A lot of people could have done this for relatively cheaply over the last few years. Just 10, 20 bucks a week for a couple years straight into Bitcoin would give you $5,000 of Bitcoin today. It's not rocket science, although a lot of people don't put in the work to do it. If you put in the work to do it, or if you just had $5,000 and you went and bought 0.1 BTC today, again, congratulations, because you had the money on hand. You did what was necessary to get that money to even have it in the first place. And now you have more Bitcoin than most people are ever going to have in their entire lives.
True. Real quick, Miss Randy Hipper asked a question. She said, how do you select videos you watch for the show? You can use my content if you want. Since I report the news too, just throwing it out there. I appreciate you, Miss Randy Hipper. To be honest, so what I do is I just go through all the crypto news in the morning, and I kind of skim through the videos to see if there's a lot of shills, if there is like importance to them. And then I'll be like, okay, I want to watch this with everybody because I think it's important for people to pay attention to and just kind of get a grasp of, you know, a little bit of everything in the space, right? I kind of go through all the news channels and see Yahoo, CNBC, Fox News, Fox Business. I saw you on there actually. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff that I would like to watch. There's only so much time in the day, you know what I mean? So I pick out the best things I can for the topics of the day and where the market's at, and that's kind of where I go. But yeah, that's how I do it.
Isn't that some crazy perspective to think about? Because here's the numbers. If we take 21 million Bitcoin, which, okay, 6 or 7 million Bitcoin are lost, but let's just ignore that for a second. Let's say they all magically get found somehow. 21 million Bitcoin divided by 8 billion people gives you the ability as a regular human, if we were to divide everything up equally, to have 0.00265 BTC. So if you have more than that, then you statistically have more than the average human can ever have.
Hold on. I gotta rehear that, what he just said.
21 million Bitcoin, which, okay, 6 or 7 million Bitcoin are lost, but let's just ignore that for a second. Let's say they all magically get found somehow. 21 million Bitcoin divided by 8 billion people gives you the ability as a regular human, if we were to divide everything up equally, to have 0.00265 BTC.
0.00265. So 0.1 is incredible.
If you have more than that, then you statistically have more than the average human can ever have.
Facts.
Think about that. That's some crazy statistics, right? Hey, real quick before we get into the rest of the crazy news and how big it is to actually have 0.1 BTC, because you're 0.1 Bitcoin. Here's perspective. There are 65 million millionaires in the world right now. Those people cannot have, again, assuming perfect distribution, they can't have any more than 0.3 BTC apiece. And Bitcoin is not evenly distributed. right? I've got more than 0.3 BTC. I'm not going to easily sell it off to BlackRock and these other millionaires,
Facts.
the billionaires. So again, if you have 0.1 Bitcoin, that's realistically how much your average millionaire is only ever going to be able to have. 0.1 BTC, assuming they get more than the average person, that the most average people will never have any Bitcoin. And look, 0.1 Bitcoin, we have to be realistic here, okay? 0.1 Bitcoin is not going to make you rich. It's not going to make you a millionaire, at least not for decades. Maybe one day Bitcoin does get up to $10 million when the dollar's down the toilet and I'm in my 70s or 80s, like, the $10 million Bitcoin now. Great, guys. Making YouTube videos in my 80s, celebrate the $10 million milestone. And then, hey, you dude with your 0.1 BTC, guess what? You got $1 million now. But in a
That would be amazing.
shorter time frame, let's say, before we're all,
We're all
old
dead.
geezers. In a shorter time frame, that 0.1 BTC is not going to make you rich. But it doesn't have to make you rich to be valuable. And this is the thing with Bitcoin.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. I don't know where he's actually going with that, but yeah, you don't need to get rich by putting your money into Bitcoin. Like, I know, yeah, you want the value to go up. Obviously, that's the smart play, right? But at the end of the day, it's to hold the value of your dollar, right? Because the dollar is only being devalued by the second. It's just true. That's how it is. So putting it into Bitcoin, it's more stable, basically, for your dollars to go in there and appreciate over time versus your bank account.
Bitcoin's not a get rich quick scheme. Bitcoin is a don't go broke slowly scheme.
It's a great way to put it, actually.
Fiat is like a giant curse on humanity. Think about how stupid fiat is. You have to go out here and work your 9-to-5 slave job that you hate. And if you're not in that rat race, I commend you that you've taken the risks to get out of that craziness. If you're still in it, there is hope. Bitcoin is hope. Crypto is hope. Okay? Dial in. Now's your time to change your life. But let's say you're stuck in that 9-to-5 rat race. Okay? You go, you get your paper junk money from your employer. And guess what? Oh, you have to pay income tax on that. Take a little bit of your money. Bye-bye. Oh, you want to go buy something? Oh, that's going to be sales tax on that. Oh, do you live somewhere? Oh, okay. We're going to have to pay property tax on that. Oh, you want to drive to work? Okay. Gas tax and car tax and all the rest of it. That $1 you earned at work is now worth like 10 or 20 cents. And the funny thing is,
It's true.
the government, when they want more money, they just print it. It's a big fucking joke. It's a big joke.
It is.
Most of us are not in on it.
That's ridiculous.
It's a big club, and we ain't in it. The good news is that the Bitcoin club is for everybody, but the chance to buy reasonably priced Bitcoin is fading because that 0.1 BTC, which I think is a good goal for your average person right now, used to be one Bitcoin. One Bitcoin now is 50,000 US dollars. Your average person cannot afford one Bitcoin, but I'll tell you this, if you're an average person, you can afford 0.1 BTC because it is a big deal. It will help you to secure your wealth.
Facts.
It will give you financial freedom in an increasingly Orwellian world where central bank digital currencies are coming. You can secure your financial freedom and you can store your wealth in something that's going to go up over time, not go down like your fiat currency is.
Facts.
Bitcoin is here as the money of freedom, as the money of the internet. And when you understand the real value proposition behind Bitcoin and what it has to offer to the world, you'll understand that having 0.1 BTC is a massive deal and that you are way ahead of the curve compared to the average person who's probably never going to have any because they can't even afford a $1,000 emergency, let alone the billions of people in the world who live in desperate conditions. To be able to have 0.1 BTC, you're so lucky already. You're in such a privileged position already. And even though it might not feel like when you go to social media and, Joe Blow influencers posting his new freaking Lamborghini.
Joe Blow.
The truth is, if you have got this far in your investing journey, you've been able to stack up 0.1 BTC, you've probably already built the skills needed to turn yourself into a millionaire. You just have to keep doing what you've been doing. You have to keep pushing. And I believe that you can do it. And I believe that you will do it because you've had the discipline to get this far. You have the discipline to get further. And it's a great journey to be on. And if you've reached this milestone of 0.1 BTC, then congratulations, because guess what? You're actually winning the game already.
Hadouken to you guys. All right, shout out to Mr. Lark Davis for that. So I hope you guys understand if you do have, even just like a little bit of Bitcoin, doesn't even matter if it's 0.1, right? Just anything under what everybody could be evenly distributed, it is still important, and it's a big deal, right? So you should pat yourself on the back regardless of how much it is, right? All right, the Ethereum price is about to go turbo parabolic. I have not watched this yet. This is Altcoin Daily. I like to watch their videos. Again, this is mainly me updating myself on crypto news channels or crypto videos that I would like to watch personally. So I just do it with you guys, so I'm not on YouTube all day when I'm watching my kids, right? It's kind of rude. All right, let's get into it, guys. That like button. Appreciate you for hanging out.
An Ethereum, spot Ethereum ETF is a matter of when, not a matter
And I just spilled my water all over my desk. God damn it.
of if.
The Ethereum price soars above $3,100 for the first time since April 2022.
And
you say that because with such confidence.
God damn it.
I say that with confidence because
All while Bitcoin hits $53,000 on a Monday, actually now 54, showing institutional FOMO and the RIAs, the Registered Investment Advisors.
I think the big story is we've now opened up the institutional, really the RIA community, right? $45 trillion of wealth are managed by brokers. And, you know, we've got baby boomers who own most of the wealth in America, and they're getting their first easy access to Bitcoin. And you're seeing it through these ETFs, the massive growth in a very short period of time.
And actually, we continue to break records. BlackRock's Bitcoin ETF has traded $1 billion worth of shares today so far, which ranks it 11th among all ETFs in the top 0.3% and top 25 among stocks. This is an insane number for newbie ETFs.
Real quick. If you just go to tangem.com and then you can type in the code right there. Mr. Danar. See, it works. It's capital CCXD. Has to be capital or it won't work. But yeah, $50, dude, is totally a steal. Keep your shit secure, please.
Especially one with 10.
And again, I don't care whose code you use. Doesn't matter to me. Just get a freaking wallet and stop doing the online the web wallet shit. Because everybody gets hacked. It always happens.
Competitors. $1 billion a day is big boy level volume, enough for even big institutional consideration.
And I don't think that's going to stop, right? Last night we had $135 million of inflows after that slowed down from 400, 350. Paul Tudor Jones taught me early on in my career that prices get set on the margin, right? And so when we've got more buyers than sellers, prices go up. And I see a kind of a constant, these are hodlers as well, right? These are guys that are buying, put it in their portfolio and hold. They're not traders. And so the ETF buyers in general that are coming through these RIA channels, I think are taking supply off the market. So I still see Bitcoin ending the year a lot higher. That said, could we consolidate around here for a little while? Of course we could.
So this is undoubtedly institutional buying today, as retail simply isn't here yet. Not even back to 50% for Bitcoin. And almost near the bear market lows for crypto and NFTs. Higher. So much effing higher. And think about
Real quick, Shakespeare said ledgers were good. They had problems too. Tangem may not be 100% safe either. Tangem, since their inception, has never had anything go wrong with their wallets, ever. They've been around for years. So, take it as you will. Yeah.
about it. Most of the registered investment advisors haven't bought into the Bitcoin ETFs yet.
Let's just talk through the sort of dynamics of this RIA situation, which is a number of these institutions still have to get approval to do this. So how do you see that playing out in terms of just how many advisors can actually recommend Bitcoin as a product today versus how many will be able to do that in 6 months from now?
I don't have a perfect answer, but I would tell you at least double in 6 months, right? There are big channels that still aren't turned on, that we know they're going to get turned on, right? We're in conversations with them. These are the
that's like a huge point right there, right? People aren't turned on still to Bitcoin. Like he's talking about like other financial institutions, kind of like your average New York Life, right? Like say you guys have like a Roth IRA, like the financial advisors that work for them that aren't able to put money into these ETFs yet. Like all those kind of people haven't got turned on to the Bitcoin ETF world yet. And that is going to happen at some point. And that's why it's projected to be, you know, just go absolutely parabolic this year.
The big platforms and like there's an inevitability to it. Why? Because their customers are calling and bitching at them and saying, we want to buy Bitcoin with you. And so then the sales guys who get paid for selling stuff are screaming at their bosses. And so I'm certain it's going to happen. Like, this is not, it might happen. It is going to happen. It just takes time. These organizations are very conservative in general. And, you know, crypto scared the heck out of people 18 months ago. And so there's still scar tissue.
And for ETH, the Ethereum price increase largely driven by anticipation of Dankin upgrade, as well as Coinbase urging the SEC to approve Grayscale's spot Ethereum ETF.
Coinbase calling on the SEC to approve Grayscale's application to launch a spot Ethereum ETF in a letter to the SEC. Coinbase chief lawyer saying, quote, Ether's proof of stake has demonstrably strong governance that exhibits robust characteristics across ownership concentration, consensus, liquidity, and governance, mitigating risks of fraud and manipulation. Joining us right now is Grayscale CEO Michael Sonnenschein.
Real quick. Mr. Geek of all trades, thanks for being here. Don't sleep on Ethereum, 10K incoming. And also Steven Cicero says, Retro Mike Tech is a security guy. He said Tangent is safe. Yeah, I mean, honestly, nothing. I don't consider anything 100% safe, but yes, I would consider Tangent one of the most safe options out there for a wallet. That's my opinion.
Not that often
I use it every day.
Your competitors says, "Hey,
take it as you will.
Go help these folks."
And will it take another victory?
The biggest thing about it, it's cheap. It's a cheap $50 to make sure your shit's not online on web wallets.
Speaking,
which then begs the question: on the Ethereum front, if that is to move forward in a meaningful way, does that require another suit?
It's too early to say. It's too early to say. I think we have a similar dynamic in the market where the SEC has allowed for and approved Ethereum futures ETFs to come to market. The data suggests in a very similar way to Bitcoin that spot Bitcoin and Bitcoin futures have an inextricable tie. The markets have a 99.9% correlation. Same is true around Ethereum. And so we do have a very similar dynamic here.
So why is Ethereum pumping? Yes, we have ETF speculation, but also Ethereum is on an upwards trend with developers setting March 13th as their crucial date for a significant Dankin network upgrade. This update aims to address one of Ethereum's main challenges by reducing layer 2 transaction costs, meaning the flourishing L2 ecosystem on Ethereum is about to get a whole lot cheaper to transact. And the mainstream media now speculating ETH versus Solana. This will be huge for ETH.
ETF, but there's also an upgrade scheduled for March 12th. It's Dankin upgrade, and that's supposed to make it more quick, more compatible, faster with respect to Solana. I guess that's the word I was looking for. I do find it interesting that over the last 3 days, Ethereum has been up 4.1%, while Solana, competitor, is down about 0.7%. So I think, Shauna, that actually gives some weight to that potential argument that this is in fact about the upgrade.
Also, another big reason Ethereum is growing is because their number one decentralized exchange, Uniswap, price gains 50% after fee-sharing governance proposal. So this is obviously huge for the ETH ecosystem, but also crypto in general, as Uniswap is the main DEX in crypto today. And according to the proposal submitted by Uniswap Foundation's governance lead, the upgrade would reward Uni holders who have staked and delegated their tokens, meaning if you stake your Uni tokens, if this is passed, you'll start to receive a share of the fees of the protocol. That's why we saw a massive jump in price.
So everybody started staking just to get the share of the fees.
Because people wanted to own Uni if this gets passed, because Uniswap is generating more fees than the Bitcoin network at this point.
Wow.
And just like owning dividends, if you own
wow, that's crazy. It's generating more fees than the Bitcoin network.
Stocks, stakers, and delegators would start to earn.
Look at that 7-day average fees. It's crazy. $2 million, and it's so it's 2.1 million on Uniswap and 1.4 on Bitcoin. Weird.
Earn a share of the fees.
Look at Ethereum's fees though. Holy shit, 13 million. Because Ethereum is like insane, and I hope this Dankin or whatever upgrade actually does help these fees because they're outrageous.
Generated. The market hasn't digested just how big the Uniswap news is. A US-based protocol, even though they're global, has turned a governance token into a revenue/dividend token. It's probably the biggest news since the ETF. Soon the market will realize. Yet, this now begs the question, would regulators consider Uniswap a security if you're getting dividends? Also, Mina Protocols making news. The CEO of O1 Labs explains how you do not pay for gas.
Working with smart contracts on essentially all blockchains, there's this notion of gas where you pay more or your users pay more money in fees if the computation is more expensive. On Mina, it's extremely straightforward. You pay like for each account you touch. So like if your transaction touches 3 accounts, you pay like 3 accounts worth of fees, and it's fixed. It doesn't matter what computation you're doing because the computation happens client side. What's actually gets sent to the network is a proof that that computation has happened. And the proof can be verified very cheaply.
Also big news for Artificial Intelligence Protocol, AIT, introducing Einstein AIT, the LLM supercharger for BitTensor. As we know, BitTensor is the blue chip AI protocol in the space. Well, AIT Subnet is officially live, and through this latest partnership, we've launched one of the first 32 subnets on the BitTensor ecosystem. We are
all right, so it's a bit of a shill there. Anyways, shout out to Altcoin Daily for that video before the shill. All right, let's get into the recap of things, guys. You guys have any questions, anything you want to talk about? Let's see. I guess that's why that BitTensor has been pumping. Where is it actually? Where is it? Somewhere around here. Don't know. It's around here somewhere. Anyways, Bitcoin 56,866. Got Ethereum at 32.65. Everything is looking fantastic. Again, Solana's on 110 bucks. Yes, I do think Solana is going to be doing quite well this run. What do you guys think it's going to get to actually? Solana, 109 bucks right now. What was the all-time high? Was it 200 and something? 259, 96. It's still 50% down, and that was over 2 years ago during the last bull run. Where do you guys think it's going to get? And actually, you know what? I'm going to kill this poll in the chat. Let's see what you guys said. I said if you had 10K, what would you do? Put 10K into Bitcoin, 44% of you. Put 10K into Kaspa, 27% of you. Other, put it in the chat, 16%. You guys told me what you would like. And then 10K into Ethereum. It's at 11%. 120 votes. Appreciate you guys voting. That's awesome. 305 bucks. I think Solana's going to get to 305. That's why 305. Why 305? Why'd you pick that number, Dan R? And did the code work for you, by the way? Let me know if it worked. Hopefully it did. But yeah, anyways, I don't know, man. You guys just, there's been way too many hacks and bullshit that's been going on with, like, you know, MetaMask and people clicking on links or opening your email and clicking on a link or something that looks legit and you guys get hacked. Like, man, there's been way too many people that shit's happened to. Like, a $50 wallet is such a good idea compared to a web wallet. That's just my opinion. And it holds Kaspa. That's the main reason I started using it, and I fell in love with it after I started using it. Flux. Let's check out Flux, actually. Flux has been doing crazy. You know what? I totally forgot about that because I sold all mine like a butthole to buy Kaspa miners, but holy shit. A Dukin for Flux. $1.06. 12.4%. Holy hell. Nice. What's the all-time high? $3.33. Still 67.9% down from the all-time high, but damn, look at this 1 year. Look at this dip. Look at this, huh? Is that gonna be that would have been a cup and handle if it didn't go too much higher, but it did. Crazy. Look at that. Anyways, nice. How's the Dynex doing? Let's show Dynex real quick before we get out of here. 83 cents. Dynex, nice. Hadouken for them. Hell yeah. 111. Why are you saying 111? On Flux? Did it go up to 1? Oh, it did. Oh, it did go up to 111. Look at you. Holy shit. Nice, man. That's crazy. And that's because they're Flux Edge stuff, right? Is that what it's from? Let me know. Yes, not financial advice, is Nerbies. Better than having Core Wallet as well. Yeah, dude. Oh my god. You know what? I need to reach out to Tangent and see if they can get Neoxa on their wallet. Because I would like to have the ability to put it on my Tangent. But Neoxa, again, gaming coin. I think once they come out with Pal World and the CS2, I think it's going to be pretty awesome for people to be able to play and earn some Neoxa, which is awesome. Let's see. Is there even a wallet alternative to MetaMask? I mean, there is. So, like, if you're looking for like a DeFi wallet, I think SafePal, if I'm not mistaken. Is that what it's called? I think that's what it's called. I think it's this one. Yes, I think this does a lot of DeFi stuff. SafePal. And this one's pretty cheap too. I don't have a code for this one, but this one's pretty cheap. I know my man Rondi uses it actually. He likes it a lot. Download SafePal. No, I don't want to download it. How do you buy it? Y1X. What's the 1X? I don't know. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Most popular. Let's see. Go with this one. Nope. Oh, this one's cheap too. Look, 50 bucks. Look at that. 50 bucks. This one, you can do a lot of DeFi stuff on here. But I mean, I think that I'm not sure if the Tandem does a lot of DeFi stuff, to be honest. I'm not into DeFi really. But this SafePal is pretty good. That I've heard anyways. I know a lot of people that use it. And I know my man Rondi said he could input his ledger seed phrase into this and it actually picked it up and took over everything. So that's pretty cool too, right? But see, the thing I would rather the Tangem over something like this is only because I can actually I can put this in my wallet, right? I don't have to charge it. Like it just goes off my phone. So I don't have to worry about carrying another device around that needs to be charged to use it, right? Like if it dies, then I'm screwed. Tangem, I don't know if my phone dies, I mean, I'm screwed anyways, right? So that's the only reason. Tangem has Wallet Connect, which is DeFi stuff. Perfect. Thank you, Crypto KJ. So it's either, I mean, you can do SafePal, you can do Tangem. Again, Tangem, I do have the code and it brings it down to the your like $50 price, same exact thing as the SafePal. But again, the reason I like it is because I don't have to charge it. That's really why. And again, it's 50 bucks, 2 card set. It's worth it to me. I don't know. You guys do what you want. I don't care either way. But like I also have EliPal. I use a ledger as well for like real cold storage. I haven't plugged it in since they're sharding bullshit, but EliPal is a good one too. You can get a discount code for, a discount on this with my code as well. Let's see. But these, see, like this what sucks, right? They're way more expensive than like something like the Tangem or the SafePal or whatever. So you guys do what you want. Let's see. Tangem, someone steals your wallet or walks away and scans your card while it's in your pocket. All for you miners. No, that's not how it works, because they still need your code. You still need a code. 100%. They still need a code to be able to get into it. So you can't break into it without a 4-digit code, and if you do it too many times, guess what? You're locked out. I think it's 3 times you're out. And they lock it, if I'm not mistaken. All right, let's see. Jasmy. Jasmy's actually, you know what? I knew somebody into Jasmy, and he was telling me to get it a long time ago. I never listened, and I should have, like a freaking dummy. What a dummy. I think it was like a year and a half ago. Oh my god. No, never mind. Never mind. I would never do it. I would never be interested in this coin. I don't like coins that do this. I don't like this at all. I don't like coins that rip like this right off the bat, or start high and dump down and then just fight for a heartbeat. I don't like coins like that at all. Nope. I'm not interested in this coin, and that's probably why I told him no, and I ignored it. I mean, not to say it's not got gains right now, right? Like 0.6 of a penny, and now it's what, a penny and a half. Like, yeah, cool, you guys made money, but like at the same time, you're just selling between each other. There's really no, like, what's the big thing behind it? That's my biggest thing. That is the biggest thing. All right, no, nobody's buying Sia. Look, I told you, if you guys just do what the opposite of the market is. No. Sia, you're gonna lose all your money with Sia, buddy. Look at this downtrend. Look, peak. It's going down, bro.
Bruh.
It's going down. I don't know. I don't really care. I hope it does well, but like I don't see Sia doing much good, because when everything else pumps, Sia is like in the dumps. Where is it actually? Is it even here? I don't even know where it is on this chart. I don't know where it is. Anyways, all right, guys, we gotta get the hell out of here. I appreciate all you guys for hanging out, and thank you for getting over 100 likes. You guys are fantastic. Mr. Crypto Frank, again, thank you so much for the 20 gifted members. You're awesome, buddy. Appreciate you. I will catch you guys bright and early tomorrow morning on the Daily Grind around 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, and we're going to be raiding Miss Randy Hipper. She's going live in about 15 minutes, so hopefully you guys have a great and happy Tuesday. I'll catch you guys tomorrow morning. Peace out. Have a good day.
Eat shit, Gary. You are a loser. You always lose.